All right, bro. Here we are.
We made it.
We made it.
We,
Finally.
we spoke about this, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And now we are manifesting it. That's how we do it.
That's how we do. We talk about it.
Yeah.
We then take the action, and we feel how it's going to be, and then here we are doing the podcast.
That's how we do things.
Hey?
Yes, that's
Happy
how
days.
we do things.
Welcome to our first very podcast, the Reclaim podcast.
Welcome. So my name is Andres, and here we have
Mr. Damian. My name's Damian. So welcome everyone. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about, who we are, when you can find us, what times we're doing the podcast, where, why, and a little bit about, who we were before the shift and a couple other things. So that's going to be about, and actually what other podcast topics we're going to talk about in the future. So who we are. So we're a wellness platform which focuses on healing the mind and body through natural remedies, such as
fitness, meditation,
breathwork, and a little bit of sound healing here and there.
Reiki healing too.
Reiki healing, yeah. We've got a few little things that we like to do.
Yeah.
So when can you find us, mate?
So when we are gonna do every month a podcast episode, and we have a monthly event, so people can find us offline online.
Beautiful. And where you can find us is Spotify,
iPod podcast, yeah,
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the normal ones. And in physical, you can find us in St Kilda, Melbourne, Australia, as you can see from the flag behind us. So we're Aussie. Well, I'm an Aussie and he's Colombian. And I highly suggest if you're in the Melbourne area, that you jump on down to one of our events that we hold monthly.
Yeah.
Why did we start, Reclaim, that was formerly known as WFC? Like, why did we start this?
So we started Reclaim, and we are doing this podcast because we have reclaimed our power. We have done the work. We noticed so many things. We noticed we're having a great experience, right? From where we were to who we are right now. We were conditioned and programmed by society, and we broke free through it, right? And now we want to help people to do the same. We want to help people to experience great things, to feel fulfilled, to live their best life.
Yeah, 100%. And to reclaim their power. That's what we're all about, is helping you guys, reclaim your power, because we all deserve that. So let's get a little bit into, who we were before.
Yeah.
So Andreas, tell us a little about sort of the things you were doing before you got to where you are now, bro.
So I was a bad person before, a really bad person. No, I wasn't always this good guy, this good
looking
guy.
Or?
No, not even good looking, bro. Like, you want to really get into looking good, you should practice meditation, breathwork, and fitness. Anyway, so I used to drink alcohol a lot. I used to drink every weekend, but it was from Thursday to Monday. I used to consume drugs, a lot of weed. And yeah, I used to smoke cigarette every day. And I was the person who, the center of the party, I was very friendly, but as you know, I'm friendly now, but I used to be the person who used to go to party. Everyone used to know him. Hey man, how you doing? And drinking alcohol every weekend like that. Yeah.
And so why the shift? So why do you not do any of that stuff now? Like why are you here?
So why I'm here is because by going to parties and by consuming alcohol and doing all those bad habits, it really make my life hard. It make my life hard. So in 2018, in the beginning of 2018, I was doing all of that, but I was already tired. My body was already telling me to stop drinking. I was drinking any alcohol of a beer, and I was throwing out even one beer, bro. And then I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't eating good. I was eating macas, junk food, also every weekend, every week, pretty much every day. And my body wasn't feeling good, and I was tired of that. And Sunday, the place where I was working and I was living with my cousin, it was a restaurant in Richmond, and the place had to close because of construction issues. So we need to find a place. We didn't know where to go. Thank God, we found a place. But my cousin need to go to Regional Victoria because we couldn't live together because we used to spend our money into parties, and he was getting serious about that, so he just left, and I was by myself, and I also broke up with someone that I was at that moment, and I was by myself. I was alone. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life, and I was getting depressed, right?
Yeah.
And by getting depressed, I jump on internet and I started looking, to feel better. And I went to those dating apps and I found someone, and that person threatened me because we jumped on camera, we did something, and that person started record that. And she told me that she was going to share that to my parents, to my sister, if I don't give her some money, some cash. And yeah, that person was treating me really bad. So I got really depressed. It got me really bad. I remember that was a first day, and then next day I ran to the police station. The police guy helped me a lot, and then I don't know, they helped me, and the person stopped treating me. But I was in a moment that I was like depressed, really depressed. I was like, I fuck my life. And then I have some suicidal thoughts. And then I called Lifeline. Right? I called them, they support me, and they told me that, they told me not to do anything against myself, not to kill myself. And they told me that many people do that, because I asked them, do people really do that?
Yeah.
And they told me, yeah, they do. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I cannot do that to myself, to my parents. I'm here by myself, and I have something here. My mom always tells me that I have a mission, and she was telling me that you have a mission in Australia. Even before coming to here, she told me I have a mission in Australia, and I was thinking about that, and I have something special here.
Yeah.
I have something to do here, and then when they told me that so many people commit suicide, I was like, I'm not gonna do that to myself. I'm powerful. I started telling myself, I am powerful. I'm not going to do that. I have power. And then my mind shift. My mind started to expand, to find something like, you can do this. Like, my friend, you are not going to die. You have something to do in this life.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was at that moment, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then also at that moment, my visa was going to expire, but I didn't have any money to extend my visa. So I need to work hard, change my life, or, let things be the way it was, and go back to my country without money, nothing, and being a useless person for my parents.
Yeah. So you sort of presented with two options.
You
had a choice. Either you're going to head down this path, or you're going to head down this path.
Yeah.
And thankfully you chose the other path, because that's why we're here now.
That's why we are here now. And that was the shift. And then I started working on my nutrition, on quitting smoking, quitting drugs and alcohol, and everything changed in my life.
Awesome, bro. So tell us like how you were waking up. Like, I know you said you were a little bit depressed, but when you were, drinking the alcohol, you were having late nights. How was your mind and how was your clarity? Like, how were you waking up when you were doing, all the substances?
I think I was like thinking about that. This is not my life.
Yeah.
This is not my life. This is not what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And seeing other guys and other people doing what I was doing, I didn't feel I was fitting in, even though I wanted to fit in. Yeah. So I was feeling like there is something that is just pulling me away from these people.
So you felt like you had a mask on?
Yes, I had a mask on.
Yeah. Many of us do wear a lot of masks.
I had a mask on. Yeah.
I feel you, bro.
Yeah. And I started waking up at the moment, but I didn't have, the courage to do it until I let things go really bad.
Yeah. And that's where a lot of us start. We wait till rock bottom.
Yeah.
And that's where we make the change. And, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that's our path. That's our lesson, that we got to hit rock bottom. And again, some of us decide to, make the change, or we keep in the same cycle, and we keep end up the same stuff just happens over and over again until you decide enough's enough, and you change that route and that destination in your life.
That's true, bro. That is true. And yeah, bro, that was it. So let's talk more about you now. So what's the shift? What happened? What was the thing that make you change and be who you are today?
So just similar to Andreas, I was all about partying, and I was all about, using drugs and, a lot of alcohol, and that was my life, going out, partying, all that sort of stuff. I still went to the gym, pretty consistently. That's something that's, always been still pretty big part of my life. But, there was no meditation, there was no breath work, there was no yoga, there was no real spiritual work being done. I was all just going through the motions, but I'm aware now the reason why I was doing that is, I was self-medicating through all those drugs and everything, because of the trauma that I experienced as a young child. And a lot of us have gone through trauma, and that's why we're here today, because we started realizing that, I was numbing myself because the little inner child in me was still traumatized and hurt and didn't feel loved and didn't feel worthy and didn't feel accepted.
Yeah.
So that's why I did all the partying, that just to disappear. And, I felt better when I was
To feel
doing
better,
that.
right?
Yeah.
To mask.
Because that's how we deal with it. We don't actually go inside and do the inner work. We mask it through drinking, through drugs, could be actually through fitness. Even a lot of people mask their
they do
their issues through actually training really, really hard, but you're not really dealing with the core issue and then the problem itself. So just a ton of partying. And I remember, my journey started probably 4, 5, 6, it's probably 8 years ago when it really started. I was actually addicted to ice, and, I was using that every day. I was still functioning, but, I slowly noticed things around me declining.
Mm-hmm.
I was losing things that I was passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately for me, I started to notice this, and I realized that it was the drugs and being addicted to the ice that was doing it all, And I woke up one morning and I said to myself, I was like, how am I going to be, anything in life if I'm going to keep
doing the same thing?
Same thing. Like, this is not who I want to be. Very similar to you. I knew that I was meant for something greater than that. I had a purpose here on earth. I had a mission that I had to fulfill. And that's what really woke me up, So I picked up the ice pipe that day and I walked outside and I just threw it onto the road, smash, gone. And that was the end of it. That's when I quit, smoking ice. For the next 4 to 5, 6 years, I was still doing drugs, but slowly I kept working and it became less and less. So for you guys out there, you're going to notice that, you're going to keep relapsing, and it's going to be something that doesn't happen overnight. You got to keep showing up. And
you have to take the decision.
Yeah, you got to make that choice. But once you make that choice, as I said, you're going to have times where, it's not going to all happen at once. So you've got to chip away at all the conditioning and all the programming, all the bad habits that you've created. So, I'm 8 years into this work, and, I'm here and now. I've still got plenty of work to do. The work never stops.
Oh, yeah, man.
We're always growing and expanding our awareness, our consciousness as human beings, and you realize that you're more than just this bit of flesh, that we're spiritual beings, and we're having this human experience where we do feel all these emotions and all this sort of stuff that we go through. So the shift was, back then was, I didn't feel I was going anywhere. I was sick of, the cycles. And then gradually I kept working and I kept noticing that, I still was doing the same stuff. So the recent shift happened, when all the COVID stuff happened, we had a lot more time.
It was a great awakening.
Work on ourselves. And
I
started to wake up and realize, what the bigger picture was, and, what was actually going on around us. And, I realized that I had to, let go of all these old people around me, because they were stopping me growing. Like, I've always been someone that wants to improve and grow, but I found the people that I surrounded myself with were happy being the same. And I put on a lot of masks, to fit in.
And you felt you were meant for something bigger than them.
Yeah, exactly. And they just couldn't see that, and like, I felt that I was going this way, trying to get out, and then they just pulled me back down. Because I wanted to go somewhere. I wanted to do something. But, the environment that you surround yourself is really important, because
Yeah.
if you've got people that don't want to change, you're going to find it really hard not to change. That's just how it works. I'm sure you guys out there probably experienced that.
Wow, bro, that was, yeah. You have been having a great journey. It's been hard, right? You need to be mentally strong
It's
to
been very
not go
hard.
back to the old self.
100%. Like, that was just a short summary. Like, I've got heaps of
Oh,
stories,
man.
Heaps of trials and tribulations.
Oh man, yeah.
Otherwise, we'll be here all day. So, in other podcasts, I'll call it a potty. So if you hear me say potty, that's my nickname for podcast now.
You got it.
So we'll probably do a more extended version on
Our journey.
our journey. So and now what's happening is I don't I haven't drank for the last 8.5, 9 months. I haven't I quit smoking weed again. I used that again as something to help numb me. So that was a 7.5 year addiction. It's been now 7 months
man.
since I've stopped smoking weed. Quit the cigarettes a long time before that. And it's just been an amazing journey since I've stopped all that. Like, I feel so much more energy. I feel a lot more clarity. I just feel powerful. I love it. It's really helped because I've had my bro here that's on the same journey. And again, the people I've surrounded myself are more on that sort of path. So I had to let go of a lot of people, and it was hard.
The same, bro.
It was
the
hard.
Same, yeah.
I'm not going to say this is going to be easy, but there is a saying, like, if you do the easy things in life, life becomes pretty hard.
Exactly.
But if you do the hard things in life, it becomes a lot easier. And that's what I found. You got to do the work, and it starts internally. That's where the work starts.
Within yourself. Yeah.
Within yourself. You can't look for something outside of yourself. You can't look for the answer outside of yourself. You can't find it anywhere outside of yourself. It's everything that you want to know.
Yeah. It's inside. It's inside. You have the answers inside. Like when people say you got all the answers inside, it's true.
100%.
You have everything inside, and you have something powerful. Your mind.
Yeah. And how do you do that? How do you actually start to get inside yourself? Well, you start meditation, and you start things like breath work. You look at things like yoga. You get into your physical health, nutrition, as you spoke about earlier, training the mind. You look at the trauma that you went through as a child. You start healing yourself. You ask questions, and you got to make it consistent.
Exactly. And I think a great tip that I can give people is just go to your favorite place. If you like to go to the beach by yourself.
Yeah.
And take a book with you and write things that you feel, that you are feeling. Write something and write goals. Write down goals, something like that, to start finding those answers.
Yeah. Look, it's great to have a lot of friends. At the end of the day, though, you got to get comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
And that's, I feel from the people that I've spoke to, that's one of the hardest things, is getting comfortable with yourself. Do you know what that is? Because you got to sit with your own thoughts.
Yeah, exactly.
And some of us don't like who we really are.
But you need to know who you really are, so then you can change.
100%. You got to take ownership of the actions, everything that you've taken on board. Like, as you said, you started to look at your actions, and you started to look at the people you're around. So you started to look at yourself.
Exactly.
And you're like, actually, I'm not.
I don't want that for my life, right? I don't want that for my life. And those people, they were in my age. They were 10 years older than me, 7 years older than me. And I was like, I don't want to be doing the same thing in 5, 7 years, in 10 years.
So funny you should say that. And it's why, like, we met, the universe does beautiful things. I remember when I was partying flat out, I was looking at people, that were 30, 33, 34, some even 40, still partying and still doing benders.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to be that old and still partying that hard. And lo and behold, like, I stopped at 28. So the power that you have is so strong. Like, I thought that, and I created that reality because I knew that I didn't want to do this forever.
It's a decision. It's just one decision. As Tony Robbins says, you are one decision away from your best life.
100%. And I'm sure a lot of you out there have actually had that thought that you want to stop. So use that as power. That means that you have the ability to change, and deep down internally, that's your higher self speaking to you, saying you ain't meant for this. So, draw on that, and, we've all got the power. We've all got tremendous power. You know, we're powerful beyond measure. And this is, you know, something that is hidden from us. And in other podcasts, we'll go into those sort of things where we, you know, we talk about the truth and, you know, let you guys know if you're open to, you know, you don't have to agree with everything that we say, but just have an open mind. And that's something that I've learned to have. And by having an open mind, just, it's an amazing thing. You know, as I said, you don't have to agree on everything or believe everything, but just be open-minded to it, you know, and it helps you expand
your consciousness
100%
and find more answers.
Yeah, and grow as a person. So, yeah, there's a little bit of stuff in a nutshell. So, Andreas, you know, let's talk about how we met. You know, how did we actually up running into each other's paths?
Oh, man, I think, like, it was down at the bars in Elwood. There is a St. Kilda, there is a gym in St. Kilda, outdoor gym in
So we
St.
don't mean
Kilda.
the bar, you know, this
The bar.
is so we call it the bars. So it's it's a calisthenic park where you do your physical fitness, guys, not the bar where you drink.
So we were training there. Well, I was training there by myself, and then Damian was training there by himself. And then one day we just started talking about the truth. For sure, it was about like. I remember they were closing the bars because we were in lockdown, and I asked you something about this guy something. I don't remember what I said, and you said, "No, I don't believe in this. This guys, this is all BS and everything."
Yeah, I didn't agree with it at all. Why I went to the bars though is like, again, there was another part of my journey. Is like I wanted to, you know, tap into this mental strength and mental toughness. You know, the old mate's name over here, eh? Mental toughness. That's his handle on Instagram. So give him a follow. He's got some really good stuff. Speaks very well. I was training, you know, at the gym probably 3 to 4 days, and I'd wrote on my whiteboard that I wanted to train consistently at the gym 4 days per week per minimum. COVID happened, lockdown happened, and we all know what happened there. The gym shut, you know, our lives got completely flipped upside down. I didn't want to use that as an excuse to stop training. And this is what we talk about, and this is, you know, why we are where we are at the moment, because we don't let outside things stop us from doing
what we want.
What we want to be doing. We don't use it as an excuse. So I was like, right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to train 4 days per week outside, no matter if it rains, no matter if it's hailing, no matter if it's sunny. I don't care what the conditions are. I'm going to be training. And yeah, as I said, we met Andreas there, and, you know, we started chatting, and we had an instant connection. And
that's right,
because we knew what was really going on in the world, you know, and why we were getting locked down and all that sort of stuff. But that'll be a story for another podcast. We won't get into that one today.
And then we met, and then we started talking about what we wanted to do. We also met our great friend Dash at the bars, and we started just saying we want to create something for people where people can be authentic to themselves, where we can help those who are going through issues during this lockdown. And we create a community called W4C that now is called Reclaim.
So another journey that we went on. But yeah, the main thing was like, we wanted people to have their freedom back and be aware of what freedom really was, you know, like it's not what we live in today. I mean,
that's true.
We're modern day slaves. Again, my opinion, take it with a grain of salt, but, you know, it's a bit of a rat race if you ask me. We found that with everything being locked down, you know, we could see a lot of people were struggling with their mental health, and a lot of people were becoming depressed. And I think a lot of you guys might know, you know, the suicide rates went through the roof.
And there was no sense of community.
No sense of community, no sense of, you know, belonging. And we wanted to change the way communities and people hanged out. And that's why we wanted people to come and be able to feel comfortable being their authentic self. Getting rid of those fucking masks, getting rid of those layers, and pretending that you're someone that you're actually not, because it's hard work. It gets tiring. It gets exhausting.
It does.
And yeah, it's a hard bloody game to play wearing all those masks.
Man, it is
we
hard.
wanted an environment where you could be you and not be judged, not be ridiculed. and be
Yeah.
accepted for who you truly are.
Exactly. Be who you are, and an environment where you are going to have people that are going to support you and are not going to judge you for what you want to do. Like, you want to do this, yeah, we support you. We are not going to tell you, no, this is not working because you should have been doing this. No, we're doing that because we wanted to support people, and that's what we did.
100%. And that went for what? How long did W4C go for? And
10 months.
10 months. And like, remember, so, you know, we wanted to expose people to meditation, the breath work, working out regularly, yoga, because that changed our lives.
Yeah.
Because we were doing it consistently. So we wanted to show people and give them that experience. And we were doing breath work, the Wim Hof breath work, if you've heard of it before. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, let's start doing some little events,
yes.
where we can do this stuff for
and we
people.
can bring people and help them do the Wim Hof method.
100%. And, you know, we started with, like, what was it, 5 or 6 people on the beach?
We were eight
of us. It's not about start, 8.
Yeah, we were
It's
eight.
not about the people anyway. It's about making the start and taking the action. And our first, I remember we had the freaking phone in the middle of the sand.
Yeah.
And it was Wim Hof with the instructions.
A YouTube video. Yeah,
YouTube video. And we're like, all right, everyone watch this and we'll do it. Like, we had no idea. Like, it was
what we were doing. Yeah, we didn't have any idea what we were doing.
No idea, you know? Like, we look at it now like, wow, from where we were to where we are now, it's an amazing. And that's the beautiful thing. Just starting and not worrying about what people think. Because we wanted that, we were able to show up and not worry about those things.
Exactly. We didn't worry.
Because a lot of people don't do it because they're worrying about what other people think. Well, fuck that.
And the expectations of others too.
Fuck that. You know, worry about yourself.
Exactly.
And, you know, you'll be fine.
It's about you. It's about you becoming better and
all
you
about
helping this world change.
100%.
Yeah.
I know it can be hard, but that's why we're here. You know, that's why we started W4C, which is now Reclaim. And, you know, we did the event and then we got in the water and, you know, did the cold water exposure, did the meditation and, you know, we got some good feedback.
And then, it went, 5 of them, they liked it because it was you, me, and Dash and other 5 guys. And they liked it and they wanted to do it again. Yeah. And then we decided to do it every Monday. Every Monday.
And what time did we decide to do it every Monday? 5
a.m.
Wow. And that's early. So why do you think we chose to do it such an early time?
I think, you know what? I chose the time, I remember, because you guys asked me, I was like, 6 a.m., you know, 5 a.m. It was because I find the morning so powerful.
Yeah.
So powerful. And not everyone is awake at that time, right? And there are just few of us awake at that time. Mm-hmm. And that put us ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
That make us be like, and no, like, how I forgot how Goggins says, like, this, I forgot how he says, but different, no average. I forgot that, but it's uncommon, make us be uncommon between uncommon people.
Yeah.
So he says that, but I wanted to be uncommon, and I want to be uncommon because I don't want to be like average, like everyone else.
Yeah.
Because I am me, and my authentic self is just someone different.
Yeah. So
that's why, and I wanted to help people to experience that.
Yeah. And we knew from previous experience that when you got up early and you won the morning, you generally win the day.
Oh yeah, it does.
So we wanted people to win the day.
And that's why it was on Monday too, because if you win the first day of the week, you win the rest of the week.
Yeah. And getting up that early when it's cold and miserable and wet and rainy, again, we did it every Monday, no matter rain, hail or shine. Again, how we were with ourselves, showing up consistently. And that was a big thing about what we wanted to show people.
Yeah.
We showed up every Monday, no matter what.
Exactly.
To show people that it can be done, you know.
And we were there every Monday.
And we, you know, it helped a lot of people to show them that consistency. You know, we became, you know, people to follow, which was, you know, fantastic, you know, stepping into their power, which was awesome. So gradually got bigger and bigger and we started holding more events. So we had ab sessions, we had yoga sessions, aside from the Monday event, you know, and we noticed that the bars, right, the Elwood bars, the calisthenic gym, it was getting packed, you know.
Yeah, it was.
And people were coming up going, Andreas, Dash, Damo, how you going? We started to become known and, you know, we we'd have music playing, we'd be dancing, we'd be working out.
Yeah.
Like the environment there,
We'll be
like,
talking to people, supporting us, giving people advice. Like,
that was the most exciting thing
it
to
was
wake
amazing.
up and go to the bars. And we found that Andreas and I found that like what was happening is like we would end up spending all day there. Like we were spending 6-8 hours there, like pretty much the whole day.
Yeah.
We got that busy that Andreas, this is where we stepped up our game, and we got a lot of power from this. Is Andreas and I started to wake up and be working out at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
because it was just too busy.
It was too busy during the day, so we were like, we have to work out before everyone comes,
Yeah.
and then we finish our workout, and then we can talk to everyone and support them. And yeah, we used to spend like 6 hours talking to everyone.
100% because we still looked after ourselves
Yeah,
first.
you have to serve yourself first
Because we knew that we were going to be serving others throughout the day. So you can't stop looking after yourself first. So yeah, and then we ended up serving through our events probably on average, like at our peak, 200 to 300 people through the week.
Yeah,
through our events.
we had around 300 people on average.
Yeah,
in a week.
through the week. So we grow pretty big, and we were helping a lot of people, and that's that was our goal. We were walking down. We remember before we got that big, we were saying like, how good is it when we're going to have this many people and we're going to be doing this, this, and this. Because we always spoke about it, and we started to feel that it was already happening, and then we took the action.
And we were creating our reality by doing that. And then the only way to create the reality and manifest things is by taking action, and we did.
100%.
That's why we are doing this podcast, because I remember we also talked about the podcast even before creating W4C.
Yeah. So this one took a little bit because we got sidetracked, but we're here now, and we're so excited. So, and just so you guys know, like we're freaking real. We were really nervous about this and starting this, and we were feeling like a lot of emotion and this sort of stuff. Like, so we're only going to get better at this. This is our first one, so
it's about starting.
It's just about starting and not worrying about
yeah.
comparing yourself to others. I want to watch a lot of podcasts, and man, there's some mint podcasts. But
100%.
in the past, what would stop me is, like I forgot that I was down here, right? And the people I was watching were up here.
Exactly.
And that would stop me from starting because I was always comparing myself to them. And that's another thing you got to learn to do. Just be happy with where you are, because you're always where you're meant to be, and just start. And if you keep at it consistently, you'll end up where you want to be. So that's a little tip for you guys. Just focus on you. And we'll talk about how social media makes that hard and all that sort of stuff in other podcasts, because that's one of the big things. People are always on these freaking phones and on the computers and
wasting time.
Just looking at people that not really sending us down the right path.
And that's why you have to be mentally strong and disciplined, right? You have to be disciplined, mentally strong, and be grateful for what you have, and understanding that if you work smart and hard, you can achieve the things that you want.
100. So we'll probably wrap up with just to give you an idea of the things that are come. So on the podcast to come, we're going to have Q&As.
We want to bring guest speakers.
That are going to talk about meditation. That are going to talk about breath work. We're going to talk about fasting. We're going to talk about truth, spirituality. So we're going to get guests that that's their cup of tea, that's their expertise. And a whole lot of other stuff. This is going to develop and grow. We just wanted to start, and we finally have. So for you guys out there, what we'd love for you to do is, reach out for us if you want to know more, or make a start, on that meditation, make a start on the breath work. We've got plenty of videos on our Instagram that will help, you understand, start getting on YouTube, reading books.
Take action.
Just
do
take
something.
action and make a start.
Do one thing that is going to change your life. Just one thing. You don't train, don't work out, reach out to us. You just, like I didn't start doing a 45 minutes workout, 1 hour workout. I started by doing 10 minutes.
100%. Like meditation, I started with 3 minutes, and now I do hour meditations. It's just compartmentalize things. So break them down into small things, make it easy for yourself, because when your mind thinks doesn't look at it as something as a big task, like even if it's 30 seconds, who cares? Just start somewhere and then build yourself up. And that's how you do it. Just make it easy for the mind, and then you'll start to build and become stronger and bigger. And, that's where it all starts.
So, we want you to take action this week. Do something today.
Beautiful. And let us know in the comments below, what action you took. give us a like, give us a follow, support us on, our platforms, the YouTube, podcast, Spotify will be on.
Yeah. Subscribe.
We're going big. So, jump on board and let's help as many people as I can. So remember, that's what we're here to do. We're here to, first and foremost, is keep continuing to reclaim our power and help you guys also reclaim your power and freedom out there. So that's it for our podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Andreas, it's been a pleasure, as always, chatting with you, mate. Happy days.
Great. Happy days, guys. Guys, thank you so much for listening to us. If you guys want to meet us in person, you can go to our monthly events. It's the Saturday of the month, every month. You can book your tickets at reclaimwellness.com.au.
Yeah, cool. So www.reclaimwellness.com.au. You can grab your tickets for our Saturday monthly event. So that's it.
That's
mate.
it, guys. All right.
Done. And you'll start to know the famous words from myself. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
All
go,
right,
baby.
guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Hooroo.